Hello everyone, I'm Scott the Winemaking Guy, and I'd like to welcome you to Help My Winemaking, which is my very first video podcast aimed at people like you who are looking at and love learning about new things with homemade wine and making great tasting batches that your guests will absolutely love. Incidentally, this should be a weekly podcast that you'll be able to download by signing up through iTunes, so please do enjoy and sign up. In today's show, I'm going to cover a few things here. First, I'm going to introduce myself, as well as provide 2 excellent ways to clean your corks. And finally, I'm going to provide a great resource for all you fruit wine makers out there. So a bit about me. I'm just basically your average guy who loves to make wine, obviously. Loves fine wine and great food. This is me at a nice tapas restaurant in Vancouver called the Salt Tasting Room. I love a good adventure. I love meeting new people. I obviously enjoy learning new things and helping people such as yourself out with their winemaking. And obviously you can say I'm a smiley guy, so I do like having a good laugh. The leading lady in my life is my wife Michelle, aka the Boss, also known as Mishi and Dude. She's great. She's the executive chef in our household. I do get to barbecue though, and since she does work at a fine dining restaurant, she's the one who helps translate those menus and those items on the menus at the other fine dining restaurants where I have absolutely no clue what it is they're talking about. We currently don't have any kids at the moment, although we do have 2 pets. One being Jasper, who's our dog. He's a Border Collie Australian Shepherd cross. He's also known as the Beast. And if you're looking for a dog, the Border Collie Australian Shepherd cross is an excellent temperament. They're great with kids especially. And we also have a tabby cat here is, and his name is George, also known as the Mini Beast. He's the first of our 2 kids and certainly works hard to keep Jasper in line. They get along quite well. Now, one of the big things in my life is during the ski season, I'm a volunteer ski patroller at Marmot Basin in Jasper National Park in the Canadian Rockies, and have a great time doing it. And if ski patrolling is something that interests you, especially in Canada, here's a website you can go to, csps.ca. And if you're interested in looking at the ski hill, please go to skimarmot.com. And incidentally, if you are in the area and are planning on skiing at Marmot, give me a shout, and I'd love to show you around. Now, in terms of my day job, I'm actually a website guy, and my main client is Owen Garrett, also known as the Pencil Neck, and as you can see here, he is a colorblind pencil sketch artist, and he's awesome. Very talented guy. So if you are interested in or a big fan of art or looking for a unique gift for your friend, family, employee, client, whatever, I encourage you to check out his website, pencilneck.com. Now, I've been running my Winemaking Guy blog for the last couple of years now, and one of the key things, if you're interested, I do have a 5-part winemaking course delivered by email, absolutely free. So if you haven't been to my website, I invite you to join. Lots of great winemaking tips and videos, and as you can see here, and you can go to thewinemaking.com. On the winemaking side, my wife and I are mainly fan of red wine, so we do the Shirazes, Pinots, Merlots, Amarones, but we do like the German-style white wine, so that's where the Rieslings, Gewürztraminer, Peace Porters come into play. We've also made port as well as fruit wine. I do like, not hate to say this, but of interest maybe, I do like fine sipping tequilas as well as scotch. So there you go. A bit about me, but let's get on with some good winemaking tips. And here are 2 great ways to clean your corks. The first one is more for the short term, need 30 corks cleaned, right, chicken Louis, and here's a great way to do it that I learned from one of the local winemaking supply shop owners, and it's called the margarine container method because you guessed it, you use a margarine container to do it. So just get a regular sized tub of margarine. Obviously it's empty and cleaned. You can stick 30 corks in, which is basically your average batch of wine, especially if you're making an average size wine kit. You put all your corks in, seal it with the lid, open the lid corner up so you can add your Metabisulfite Solution into it and fill it up so it overflows so you know that it's full. Close the lid, shake it for a couple of minutes, put it down the counter, open the corner of the margarine container up again, and dump out your Metabisulfite Solution. You can certainly use it again if you'd like, or you can just put it down the drain, up to you. Now the key thing here is that the corks are ready to go. They've been sterilized and ready for bottling. Now, if you're going to drink your bottled wine within 3 months, then I strongly recommend that you rinse your corks. Otherwise, if you're going to keep your wine for over 3 months, then don't worry about it. You can just bottle your wine as per normal, and the extra sulfite will help kill any bugs that are in the neck of your bottle or in your wine. So there you go, the margarine container method. The other method comes from Annie Markman, who I know in Manitoba, Canada. She sent it to me by email. It's called the Cork Humidor, and this is a neat method that I also wanted to show you, especially if you wanted to sterilize corks on a larger level. First step is you need to find a glass juice bottle. Here, this is about 500 milliliters. Add your metabisulfite solution to it, about 3/4. And to make your metabisulfite solution, incidentally, you need 3 tablespoons per 2 liters of water of your metabisulfite. And in imperial, that'd be 3 tablespoons per half a gallon of water. So you can make up that solution, put it into your bottle. Step 2 is you need obviously to find a container. This is a Rubbermaid container. It's about 2 gallons and it needs a lid. And really the size depends on how many corks you want to do. This will do about 60 to 90 corks, I think. So you basically open up the lid, and of course this is clean. Stick your bottle inside the center of it. Add your corks all the way around it. Be careful, you don't want to put too many in because you don't want the corks go tumbling into your bottle here. Close the lid, and then basically the corks absorb the metabisulfite fumes, much like a cigar humidor works in terms of keeping the humidity up to keep your cigars nice and moist. She recommends that you store your cork humidor for the first week at room temperature, then anywhere after that. So if you have a colder basement, that'd be fine. But you do want to leave your corks here for about a week. And change your solution every few months if you do want to keep your corks in here for longer, and just make sure that there's still an odor, which if you've ever used metabisulfite solution you'd be familiar with. It's very strong and powerful, and you certainly want to handle any metabisulfite solution in a well ventilated area. I think this is a great idea, so I give it the thumbs up. You can see me here. I think it's a great idea. She recommends giving the corks another swish with metabisulfite solution before bottling, just to make sure that they are clean. And rinse again if you plan on drinking your wine within 3 months of bottling. So thanks, Annie, for passing on that tip. I'm going to send you a copy of my Delicious Winemaking Made Easy Winemaking Manual, and you can expect that in the mail in the next couple of weeks. There you go. So if you have any tips you'd love to share, please email them to me at tips@helpmywinemaking.com, and I'll have a look and pass them on to everybody else listening to this video podcast. Please do note, I'll give you full credit. As you can see here, if it's not my idea, then I'll definitely show the love to those people who do provide it. There you go. Now, for fruit winemakers out there, here's a book written by my friend Dominic Rivard, who is an expert on fruit winemaking, and he wrote a book called The Ultimate Fruit Winemaker's Guide. I've got a copy. It's great. 200 pages, tells you everything you need to know about picking fruit, recipes, making the wine, giving you some tips on how to fix your wine if you do mess things up, all the way to how to market your wine if you're interested in doing things on a commercial level. So, great book. Dominic's been making wine, fruit wine on a personal and commercial level since the age of 17, and so he knows what he's talking about for sure. So if you want to grab a copy, simply go to getfruitwineguide.com. So there you go, a great resource for all you fruit winemakers out there. So that's all the time we have today. I try to keep these nice and short and under 10 minutes. I know you guys are busy out there, so I just want to make things short and sweet. If you'd like more tips during the week, certainly go sign up and follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/winemakingguy. I'm also on Facebook. You can go to facebook.me/winemakingguy, and that's my page. And also, of course, my winemaking blog, The Winemaking Guy, as well. So next week we will be covering the dangers of bulk aging. So an interesting topic, especially seeing that I was a very big fan of bulk aging my wine before I heard about these things you need to definitely keep in mind. So look forward to seeing you next week. I hope you enjoyed the first podcast. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.